I have nothing against women being empowered, but I do feel like the happiest women in the world are the ones who look up to a man. I think those relationships were much happier when the man could lead a house and be proud of going to work every day and fighting for his family. Fuck yeah, I do.
Disgusting!
This was slightly paraphrased, but every single word was verbatim what Justin Waller, self-proclaimed alpha male, said whenever he was on the Jubilee Middle Ground episode of Alpha Male versus Beta Male. Also, I have become aware that there are many alpha men other than Justin Waller. However, I would puke if I listened to the other people talk, okay? Hopefully you can understand why I'm not gonna put any clips in. I don't want that in this video or on my channel in general. I am going to explain a little bit as to why this is incorrect in my opinion and also scientifically. And I'm gonna throw in some information about dating in this day and age that is pretty interesting, so stick around for that. Okay, so let's talk about it. So first of all, what is an alpha male? Oxford Languages, which is the dictionary service that Google uses, defines alpha male as the dominant male animal in a particular group. Okay, so this is very broad. Let me explain why this term, though, is kind of just colloquial at this point because it's not accurate. The term alpha male originated from wolves being observed after being placed in captivity. There was fighting, butting heads, and wanting to prove that they were the most alpha. However, it was soon discovered that this only occurred whenever they were put into captivity. If you have ever seen any reality show where they just bring a whole bunch of people in together that didn't know each other beforehand or have any ties to each other, there's always conflict. So basically it's the animal equivalent to what might happen in a human prison, right? That's not what happens in the real world though. In the real world, these wolf packs are really just families. You have a mom and a dad and their offspring, okay? So I guess technically the father is the alpha male and the mother is the alpha female, but what is the value of calling them this whenever we already have the words mother and father? It makes complete sense that they would be the leaders because they're the adults and their children are children, right? So once the children grow up, they separate from that pack, much like us humans do whenever we become adults. They find their own mate and they have their own pack or family, and they become the alphas of their family. Okay? This makes complete sense.
How?
So, in the monkey world, specifically chimpanzee and bonobo communities is what I'm going to be speaking about, there are alphas. However, a bully would never be an alpha. In fact, you kind of have to be liked to be an alpha, and I can guarantee that in no animal kingdom does the mother just stay home with the kids and not do anything, not get to have her own opinions or wants or aspirations or career or goals. You also can't really compare us to the animal kingdom whenever we're much more intellectual, okay? It's not even... Okay, anyway, so in the chimpanzee world, someone who is big and strong and intimidating and insults everyone isn't an alpha male. In fact, the smallest male, if he has the right friends and keeps them happy, can be the alpha. Pay attention that he has to have friends and treat them right. You have to have supporters. You can't be an alpha or a leader on your own, and you don't mistreat people or other chimpanzees in this instance. In fact, research suggests that the combination of kindness and assertiveness might be the most attractive pairing as far as humans go. Bonobo groups have alpha females. So also the thought that all packs have male leaders is incorrect. A leader or an alpha pays attention to group dynamics. They make sure that everyone in the pack has a voice and they protect those that can't protect themselves, okay? They aren't oppressive. Many instances of males not acting like typical males and females not acting like typical females have been observed, specifically in the chimpanzee world. And individual variability is the material of evolution. So this means that one size does not fit all. There have to be differences in variables in order to progress. This box that alpha males want to put themselves in doesn't even exist. And I really think that the term alpha male as it's used today is really just another way of saying I don't like women, but it's a little bit softer of a blow than that. I read an article from Insider called "There's No Such Thing as an Alpha Male," and there's a pretty good quote from it. It reads, "Humans who enjoy the idea of alpha males might want to keep in mind that there isn't really any such thing. And to the extent the term has any meaning at all, it describes the behavior of captive, lonely creatures." And I'm sure that these alpha men are very lonely, and that's not women's fault. That's your fault for being an asshole. Thank you. So I originally dove into the alpha male topic to say that it's not even real, but I did learn along the way through my research, if you're hoping to develop or grow into an alpha male to get female attention, that's not gonna work. There have been additional studies to show that women do like dominant men. However, dominance doesn't mean anything if they aren't kind. We tend to prefer dominant men that are assertive, but also have traits such as kindness, altruism, sensitivity, and an overall established sense of themselves. So I encourage you to work on yourself, as all of us should constantly be doing throughout our lives, and to take a large step back or a long pause to really think about the type of person you want to be and why you want to be that way. If you can do so without thinking about what you gain, what makes you feel good, and instead consider what is going to make you the most productive member of society that you can be, you may discover a thing or two. Lastly, I want to offer a rebuttal to Justin Waller's statements that I mentioned at the beginning of the video and what the lives of happiest women look like. So Professor of Behavioral Science Paul Dolan found that women who are not married and do not have children are the happiest group in the population. So take some time to think about that.